Welcome to the Jon and Heidi Show podcast.
Jon and Heidi.
Here's Jon and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, Jon?
I thought you'd never ask, Heidi. It is Wednesday. It's the 18th day of May, and it's National Cheese Souffle Day. We should have a cheese souffle today. National HIV Vaccine Awareness Day, which is amazing because that once the HIV vaccine came out, think about how many people have been saved, literally saved by that, which is amazing. National No Dirty Dishes Day today. Every once in a while, Heidi will say, "Hey, are there any dishes in that room?" I'm like, "No, it's fine." And then she'll come in 2 minutes later. She's like, "There's a fork here.
I thought there were no
a
dishes
plate over
in
there,
this.
and you're drinking out of a glass. Why didn't you tell me those were in here?" It's a National Visit Your Relatives Day, Emergency Medical Service for Children Day, and National Juice Slush Day. All of these things happening on this Wednesday. And I have a guest joining me for, I believe, the third time, Mr. Jon Taffer from Bar Rescue.
Yeah,
He's got a new book
him.
out. It looks really good. The Power of Conflict. I'm excited to chat with Jon Taffer coming up in a bit.
What can I say that I haven't already said about BetterCreditCards.com? It's a website. You go there to get a better credit card. Okay, that's really probably all I need to say for most of you, but I still have time left, so how about this? At BetterCreditCards.com, we have different kinds of credit cards, some with better points and perks, some designed to help you build your credit. Whatever stage of life you happen to be in, we want to help. Give yourself a little credit. BetterCreditCards.com. That's BetterCreditCards.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. New study says there's something that you can do to reduce anxiety as you slumber. Listen to yoga music. The soothing sounds of yoga also led to a small increase in positive feelings as well as an increase in heart rate variability, which refers to the heart's ability to adapt from going from fight to flight mode and rest and digest mode. So I don't know what yoga music sounds like. I'll have to.
We listen to ocean waves.
We do. Ocean waves that I recorded myself for my beautiful bride.
Yes, you did.
Hey, I got room for another study. We've been reading bigger studies lately. I've only gotten one in, but today I'm going to squeeze in two. Unless I keep talking incessantly, then we'll run out of time. So I'm going to dive in. Most consumers, all across age groups, are impulse shoppers. Roughly 80% of U.S. shoppers that were in this survey said they had second thoughts about buying a product that they added to their cart. Have you ever done that, Heidi?
Oh, yes.
All the time. There are times I'll get something, and then I'm on my way home, I'm like, why did I buy this?
Yep.
I don't even have a dog. I guess I do now. So, all right. Surveys and studies and such.
And the dog was one of those impulse
That was a
purchases.
purchase, yeah. That's why we ended up doing it. Surveys and studies and such brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com.
Are you looking for an energy drink that's natural, lasts longer, has no dyes, no artificial flavorings, and no sugar? Blitz Energy Drink is the answer. With only 10 calories per serving and 200 milligrams of caffeine, our formula will help increase your focus, endurance, mood, and energy levels. Order now at drinkblitzenergy.com. Use promo code RADIO20 to save 20% and get free shipping on any canister. drinkblitzenergy.com. Promo code RADIO20. That's drinkblitzenergy.com.
Did you know? Brought to you by RadioTravelGroup.com. Heidi, did you know exercising during the workday can have an untold cognitive and work performance benefit?
Oh, we should do that.
Past studies have shown that moderate exercise during the day can leave workers more productive and satisfied with their day overall. Similar to recess at school, working out during the lunch hour can help you focus later on while keeping you healthier. Some companies are even encouraging workers to carve out some time during the day for workouts or offering free classes during work hours.
What a great idea.
Yeah, we should...
We should have some sort of a workout in the middle of the afternoon right here in the studio. Everybody up.
Yeah. I'll get right on that. Now John's going to lead us in Zumba. All right. We don't know everything, but now we know this. Thanks for listening to the Jon and Heidi Show.
Jon and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com. The Late Show with Stephen Colbert has gone dark recently after their show was struck by COVID once again. CBS announced the show would not be taping episodes until further notice. They were experiencing symptoms consistent with the recurrence of COVID. Oh, I guess it was Stephen Colbert himself that was. They added on Twitter, out of an abundance of caution for his staff and guests and audience, he will be isolating for a few additional days. The Late Show was forced to cancel a show back in April as well for the same reason. He joked on social media that the new, what is it? The news marked the worst sequel ever. Oh, when he got the COVID again. And celebrity chef Mario Batelli. I think I had him on this program a couple years ago. I'm almost positive. He was found not guilty on charges of indecent assault and battery. There was a guy, it says, an alleged groping of a starstruck patron at a Boston restaurant in 2017.
Okay. Well, good for him. If it
I'm not
wasn't
exactly
true.
sure what all happened, but he was, there was an incident. We'll put it that way. I don't know the details, but I've got the story in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
Join us in October for The Sands, a week of music and fun that's been described as the best week ever by many guests. This year we have more icons and more fun. Loverboy, Belinda Carlisle, Lou Gramm, Vanilla Ice, Samantha Fox, Firehouse, and many more already on the schedule. Plus, more announcements coming soon. Plan to join us October 25th through the 30th at Planet Hollywood Beach Resort Cancun. This all-inclusive event will be the time of your life. Learn more now at radiotravelgroup.com.
Now your scoop of the day comes your way courtesy of bettercreditcards.com. Have you ever heard of the Roaring 20s?
Yes.
Well, we're in them right now, according to this. Majority of Americans plan to have fun with their finances this decade, the Roaring 20s. 6 in 10 Americans plan to go all out in the coming years by enjoying what they missed out in the last few years. A survey from a place called Alliant Credit Union found 70% are looking to have more fun with their finances over the next decade. 84% state that their plans to spend more money freely are due to having built a financial safety net during the pandemic. That's not for everybody. We know that.
No.
59% of Gen Zers, that's 18 to 24, are more likely to enjoy their money in the coming years compared to 45% of millennials, 25 to 40, and 25% of Gen Xers, 41 to 56. That's where we land. 36% of boomers, 57 plus, plan on enjoying their money while also sticking to a very tight budget. There's a lot of details in this story. When it comes to emergency funds, close to 3/4, 73%, have a savings account set up for when they need it the most, with an average of $3,816 in that account. Do we have that? No.
No.
Okay, I was just checking. 77, I didn't think so. Can you tell I'm not the one that's in charge of finances? It's because I'd be like a 12-year-old with a checkbook. It would be a bad idea. 77% of millennials have rethought their budget since the pandemic. 72% average set their, above the 72% average set by all the other generations. So. And more numbers. Hey, down here, this is what I want to get to. What will money be spent on in the Roaring 20s, you might ask, Heidi?
What will it be spent on?
Oh, I'm glad you asked. Oh, that could be. Museums, shoes, live entertainment, clothing, groceries, restaurants, consumer electronics, home goods and decor, and the number one thing on the list, traveling. There you go. That is your scoop of the day. I've got all the details that I talked about and many that I didn't have time for in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
Are you ready to enjoy a little slice of paradise? Check out this beautiful family-owned, professionally managed vacation rental in sunny Poipu, Kauai, Hawaii. Our family stayed recently and we absolutely loved it. The area is so beautiful and the vacation rental has room for up to 6 guests. Why stay in hotel rooms when you can all enjoy your own area in a vacation rental? Visit Hawaii and make your trip to this tropical paradise one to remember. Learn more at radiotravelgroup.com. That's radiotravelgroup.com.
Thank you for listening to the Jon and Heidi Show on a Wednesday. Our guest today is the star of Bar Rescue, Jon Taffer. He's also a New York Times bestselling author of a new book. It's called The Power of Conflict. Speak your mind and get the results you want. Jon, this book looks fantastic.
Thanks, buddy. It's good to be back, John, by the way. Yeah, this one was a couple of years to write. It was a tough one. About 100 episodes in the Bar Rescue. You'll like this story. I got really angry, and I went back to my hotel room later that night, and I realized, I wasn't angry. That was deliberate. I was using conflict as a tool to accomplish something. And then I went crazy and started to pick it apart and analyze it over the next several years. And then I learned from neurological scientists and doctors that if we hold in our beliefs and hold things in, it has a bad physiological effect on it. The endorphins of our brains dull and all that. And then I looked at society and I said, boy, if there's anything we're not good at these days, it's engaging in conflict. People curse each other out that they don't even know. And as you well know, but it's ugly out there.
It can be,
so
yeah.
I said, we need to learn how to respect each other and engage in dignified conflict with a purpose. Everybody is important, and any person's views are important. So everybody should have the confidence and the tools to speak up for what they believe in. And that's really what the book is about. It takes no political sides. It's a non-political book. But it's got some funny stories in it too, John, like Roy and Walt Disney, who had legendary conflicts together. Roy went away for a weekend once. Walt went away for a weekend once, and Roy sold his car. You know, they bickered about stuff constantly. But, you know, Roy was the creativity, was the money, and Walt was the creativity. And that push and pull and that conflict created one of the greatest companies in the world. Imagine if one of them chose not to engage. Would that company even exist today, I wonder?
Probably not.
Great conflict results in meaningful things.
It absolutely can. And if I read this book, will I learn the right way to have a positive outcome from my conflict?
Absolutely. It's all about constructive conflict, not destructive. So we take you through a process with little toolkits and such to A, identify if a conflict is worth it, identify if the person is worth it. Then how do you go about it? If they're, for example, a very sensitive person, then you don't want to hurt their feelings. You navigate through that a certain way. If they're a highly aggressive person, you don't want them to get aggressive, so you navigate through that a different kind of a way. So it talks about how to strategically go about it, where to go about it, when to go about it. And my hope is when people finish reading the book, they'll say, you know what, I learned a lot. I have the confidence to engage. I got an email this morning, and the book's only been out a week, from a life coach who told me he read the book, and it allowed him to crack through to a problem client that he's never been able to crack through with before. And his and the client's lives are better for it. You know, when I read that email this morning, I said, that's why I wrote the book.
That is
about
awesome.
Pulling people together, not pulling them apart. It's about creating dignity, again, right, John, so that you and I can sit down, or anybody can, online or not, and treat each other with dignity and understand that what we believe is important and the way we behave is important.
It absolutely is. Now, as a fan of the show Bar Rescue, there were certainly some times on that program where there was some conflict. How many episodes, do you even know the number? How many episodes of Bar Rescue you've got out there now?
I think I'm in the 230s right now, which is unbelievable. We're crossing 11 years. I thought I'd do a pilot and go home, John.
Well, it's done really well. Paramount Network's #1 show is Bar Rescue. That's got to make you feel pretty good.
Unbelievable, especially after 11 years. I feel like I get hugged by America every weekend. It's really incredible. And, you know, the show's on right now as we're speaking. It's on Monday through Friday in the mornings. And then the marathon's on Sunday, new episodes Sunday night at 10. It's amazing. And I think the trick to success is just keep it real. We always have kept it real. I've never been to these bars before. I've never met these people before. No producer tells me what to do or where to go. It's all completely real. I think the other element of success, not only is authenticity, but I don't know anything before the audience does. So I'm not ahead of them. I don't have a plan. My plan rolls out in front of everybody in real time. I learn about the owners and the bars at the same time people do. So I think that's why we've lasted so long. And I think you got to respect your audience as you do, John, on your radio show. You got to respect your audience and be honest with them. And when you are, they're pretty loyal back.
Absolutely. Well, the new book is out right now, The Power of Conflict. Jon Taffer has been our guest. John, thank you again, sir.
Great to talk to you again, John. Take care.
Absolutely. I'm going to throw a link to the book to make it easy to find. That's in the show notes for today at JonandHeidiShow.com.
What can I say that I haven't already said about BetterCreditCards.com? It's a website. You go there to get a better credit card. Okay, that's really probably all I need to say for most of you, but I still have time left, so how about this? At BetterCreditCards.com, we have different kinds of credit cards, some with better points and perks, some designed to help you build your credit. Whatever stage of life you happen to be in, we want to help. Give yourself a little credit. BetterCreditCards.com. That's BetterCreditCards.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
If you go blind in one eye, you only lose about 1/5 of your vision because there's a huge overlap between your two eyes.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's cool. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
If the average person ate 1,627 pieces of candy corn, they would die. So always stop at 1,626 pieces. That's my tip. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Before 1850, most golf balls were stuffed with feathers. Yeah. Not anymore.
Really?
Yeah. Now they're stuffed with something else. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Spammers get approximately one response for every 12 million emails they
Whoa.
send. Yeah, boy, think of the millions they got to send out. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
The world's best-selling musical instrument is...
The flute.
The harmonica. Yeah. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
You can tell a pig is sick when it stops curling its tail. I
didn't know they could uncurl their tails.
I didn't either. Only when they're sick. And our final fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
During 2015, Taylor Swift earned more than $1 million a day. A day. It's pretty crazy. Now you know. Thanks for listening to the Jon and Heidi Show.
Are you looking for an energy drink that's natural, lasts longer, has no dyes, no artificial flavorings, and no sugar? Blitz Energy Drink is the answer. With only 10 calories per serving and 200 milligrams of caffeine, our formula will help increase your focus, endurance, mood, and energy levels. Order now at drinkblitzenergy.com. Use promo code RADIO20 to save 20% and get free shipping on any canister. drinkblitzenergy.com. Promo code RADIO20. That's drinkblitzenergy.com.
Time now for the Mint Mobile question of the day. Yay! It's brought to you by mintervention.com. Here's your question. 14% of adults admit that they have had a drink or two before going here. Where is that? I bet Heidi have probably done this. Or she certainly wanted to. 14% of adults have admitted to having a drink or two before going here. It's a place that you get kind of nervous going. You just got a message on your phone. No. What? No. 14% of adults have admitted to having a drink or two before going to the dentist.
Oh.
And you're like, I'm going to have a few of these to loosen me up.
I can honestly say I have not.
You've not done that?
Done that, no.
All right. That is the Mint Mobile question of the day. Comes your way courtesy of mintervention.com.
Join us in October for The Sands, a week of music and fun that's been described as the best week ever by many guests. This year we have more icons and more fun. Loverboy, Belinda Carlisle, Lou Gramm, Vanilla Ice, Samantha Fox, Firehouse, and many more already on the schedule. Plus, more announcements coming soon. Plan to join us October 25th through the 30th at Planet Hollywood Beach Resort Cancun. This all-inclusive event will be the time of your life. Learn more now at radiotravelgroup.com.
Now some weird news brought to you by weirdgiftoftheday.com. State of California introduced a new law that requires households and businesses to compost all food scraps instead of throwing them into the trash. The law, known as the SB 1383 law, took effect January... It just rolls off the tongue, doesn't it?
It does.
Took effect January 1st of this year. It was signed in 2016 and still take another 2 years to be fully phased in. The bill's goal is to reduce greatly the amount of food scraps going to the landfill where they decompose and emit methane. It says here, SB 1383 will reduce organic waste by about 75% once it's fully implemented. The thing that would be really nice is to just eat all of that food instead of wasting it at all, or give it to somebody else that would eat it. That would be my first choice. But yeah, if it's something that you can't eat, if it gets bad, I suppose composting would be good. Have we ever composted anything on purpose?
I don't even know what that
I think we did once. I opened the crisper drawer, and I think we had composted a couple of heads of lettuce down there. Is that not what we did? All right. Weird news brought to you by weirdgiftoftheday.com. Time now for the list brought to you by bettercreditcards.com. Everyday things that you didn't realize had a name. Part 2.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, we started about this yesterday.
Pretty exciting.
I actually had enough left over. I said, I'm going to just do another one of these. So how about this? The measuring device for shoe size. That little thing, we put your foot in there. There's a name for that. It's called the Brannock device. I bet it was invented by somebody probably named Brannock.
Probably.
Another one. The cardboard sleeve on a to-go cup of coffee.
I've heard this, but I don't
Zarf,
remember.
Zarf, Zarf.
Okay.
That little sleeve is called a Zarf. So next time you're getting coffee, if you want to be super smart,
May I
say,
please have a
excuse
Zarf?
me, can I please have a Zarf? Wooden strips that divide window panes. I never thought of this, but panes of glass, the wood that's between them, if it's a big pane of glass where, they're in, those are called mutins. I'm sorry, muntins, M-U-N-T-I-N-S. How would you say that? Muntins? Muntins, probably.
Okay.
Song words that don't have meaning, like na 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 or la la la.
Yeah.
They're called vocables.
Okay.
Vocables. And the dot over an I is called, Heidi?
I don't know this.
The tittle. Yeah,
Oh,
tittle.
I guess I did too know this.
You did know. I know, because we've talked about it right here. But we still don't have a word for the back of your knee. All of those are fun things off the list. Brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com.
Are you ready to enjoy a little slice of paradise? Check out this beautiful family-owned, professionally managed vacation rental in sunny Poipu, Kauai, Hawaii. Our family stayed recently and we absolutely loved it. The area is so beautiful and the vacation rental has room for up to 6 guests. Why stay in hotel rooms when you can all enjoy your own area in a vacation rental? Visit Hawaii and make your trip to this tropical paradise one to remember. Learn more at radiotravelgroup.com. That's radiotravelgroup.com.
Time now for the quote of the day. It comes your way, courtesy of InsuranceChicken.com. Isaac Asimov is our quote today, and he says, "Life is pleasant. Death is peaceful. It's the transition that's troublesome." It kind of is. It really is. That is your quote of the day. It's not a really funny one.
It's not funny at all.
Thanks for sending it, though. Brighten up my Wednesday. That is the quote of the day. It comes your way, courtesy of InsuranceChicken.com.
Jon and Heidi.
This portion of the Jon and Heidi Show is brought to you by the Jon and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the Jon and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to JonandHeidiShow.com. Again, JonandHeidiShow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
Jon and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is good news. It comes your way courtesy of RadioTravelGroup.com. This is an absolutely fascinating story that will probably become a movie because the whole entire thing feels like a movie. A passenger with no flying experience at all lands a plane after the pilot becomes incapacitated. We talked about this. This guy
This is nuts.
landed a plane at Palm Beach International Airport last week. The pilot was incapacitated. Incident began around noon. Pilot told his passengers he wasn't feeling well. Then he fell against the control panel, put the aircraft into a nosedive and a sharp turn. That's when a passenger grabbed the controls, pulled the plane out of the nosedive, and radioed air traffic control. Said, "I've got a serious situation here. My pilot has gone incoherent." Passenger can be heard saying to air traffic control, "I have no idea how to fly this airplane." Can you even imagine that?
Oh, it would be terrifying.
Robert Morgan, air traffic controller, was on his lunch break, but he called in because he's a flight instructor as well as an air traffic controller.
Wow.
Said, "I rush over there and I walk in. The room is really busy and they're like, hey, this pilot's incapacitated. The passengers are flying the plane. They have no flying experience."
Oh, my gosh.
Kind of reminds me of the movie Airplane, but the guy flying that plane did have experience. Morgan had never flown a Cessna Caravan, so he used a photo of the cockpit to help guide the passenger. So the guy that's walking through has never even flown this plane. He said, "I knew the plane was flying like any other plane. I knew I had to keep them calm, point him to a runway and get him down and show him how to do this." That's exactly what he did. The passenger went all the way through, the wheels touching the runway, everything. Other pilots were stunned as air traffic controllers relay across the airwaves what had just unfolded. It says, "You witnessed a couple of passengers land that plane." And they said, everybody was just jumping for joy.
Yeah, that's insane.
I can't even imagine. So, by the way, they had a chance to meet the students on the tarmac, and he gave them a big hug and said thank you. So the guy that walked them through this over the radio.
Wow.
Unbelievable. And again, I could absolutely see that become a movie because it happened. You could do a movie in real time and just have everybody basically right there in the cockpit and right there in the tower and seeing how this unfolded because it is fascinating. It's a miracle. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thanks for listening to the Jon and Heidi Show.